Welcome to Advocation X, episode number 47. Time for a newsworthy Trump broadcast. A special thanks and hello from Clyde and the crew to all of you beautiful thinking people out there. And a special mention to our very first sponsor, Baden Optical, located in beautiful Ontario, Canada. Before we continue, please help further our cause by hitting the like button and subscribing for future content. Become a member and crush that bell while you're at it so you miss nothing. Disclaimer, ours is a channel that is opinion, but it is also based on facts and not the alternative fact kind. Questions will be answered if you're a subscribed member of this channel. However, suggestions are welcome, including critical analysis. Topics to tackle here and now. Journalists. WHO. Virus. Not a black? Okay. So, let's attempt to unpack this right now. I'm sure most of you have been aware that certain individuals have had a real war on journalists. Let me first qualify by saying there are many journalists who need to be corrected and criticized. And all journalists, whether they are mainstream or alternative, should welcome correction and criticism. That in no way condones the absolute war that has been going on against lines of questioning coming from journalists. It is their job to ask tough questions. It is their right to ask tough questions. If you have any respect at all for your own answers, you will give them graciously so as not to be misquoted without giving your input. In my opinion, the war must stop. What are your thoughts? It has been reported in certain circles that the World Health Organization, or WHO, has been involved in a conspiracy with China to launch this deadly virus around the world. Apparently, their target was the US of A. Conflicting reports seem to point to laboratories in the USA that seem to have been holding the virus. A report surfaced that the FBI arrested a prominent professor out of a university in the US of A for colluding with the Chinese in this regard. In this investigation, another individual had been stopped and arrested trying to board a plane with 21 vials of the super bad cold illness. Subsequent reports have surfaced that certain members of the Trump administration have been working with China and the World Health Organization, or WHO, for many years and have been plotting this pandemic ever since. Yet, in recent reporting on the same networks, we hear that they are quoting Chinese treatments and medication that are working quite well with the super bad cold illness. Is it not all confusing when we are not allowed to trust China because they are lying about everything and fudging numbers, but yet we must believe them when it comes to medicines and ways of treating our people? Can you make heads or tails out of this mess? Let's dive deeper together. Add your research in the comments. Maybe I'll quote you in future episodes. Further speculation varies from info stating the virus came from a lab in Wuhan to it having been naturally mutated from animals and smuggled out of the US and released in China. So what is it really? Some say the research began in the United States of America and was thought to be folly and ordered discontinued. Then someone decided that they would fund the research and move it to China. The agenda was apparently to release the virus wide scale in an attempt to control populations. As for the virus escaping any labs in China or elsewhere without detection, seems to be extremely difficult. The World Health Organization inspected the Chinese labs profusely and found no visible holes. They were subsequently cleared. Questions, and more questions. We still need answers. And it doesn't look like those answers are coming very rapidly. Okay, so in other news, we have a short mention of a Black Swan event. So this was supposed to be our Black Swan event. And of course, that would be a devastating event that just seems to take hold and run rampant and give you very little cause for optimism or hope. So the event can be heard echoing throughout the halls of those in the know that there is a Black Swan event, there is not a Black Swan event. It could be, it's possible, but it doesn't look like it, and indicators are looking in a different direction. But are they right in the new evaluation? If this is not a Black Swan event, then what is the new criteria to determine what is? And why is everybody being locked up in their homes day after day after day if it's not a Black Swan event? It's time for some real answers. So please help us out. Be respectful. Leave your comments in the comment section. Don't forget to hit the like button. Subscribe for growing content. Become a member. Crush that bell while you're at it so you miss nothing. Once again, good folks, I must say, we never give up and we never give in. But we will always keep an open mind because we know that knowledge is power. And this is why we will all do our research so we can hold on to our power. Until next time, thank you for joining us here on our channel. And we hope to see you often and regularly. Please stay safe, stay healthy, while doing your utmost to remain as happy as humanly possible. And this is where we will mention future sponsors, like our very first sponsor, Baden Optical in beautiful Ontario, Canada. Until next time, folks.